Hi, Tracy here, and I have a layout process called I Love You More. And this is a picture of me with my daughter. I recently did a very similar picture of us sitting together, and now this picture is going to go next to that in my album of her kissing me on the cheek, which was, I thought, very sweet, cute picture. And here I'm punching out some PAL paper, and I'm punching out using I have 4 different heart punches here that I'm using, and I'm just punching out a bunch of papers. These are all papers from the Studio Calico June kit, with the exception of the background paper. And when I think I'm going to show up that up close so that we'll see what that paper is. It's a Studio Calico paper, I think. And now I'm going to create my mat. And I just went ahead and hand cut those because I was okay with them being a little bit sloppy. And now I'm more hearts. I'm just adding and arranging. And right now I have the 3 biggest hearts are there, and yeah, I realize those are all too pink, so I want to add some blue in there, which I did. I'm using 2 different PAL papers. I have a pink PAL paper and a silver PAL paper. And that balsa wood, those hearts, that's and those little tags are from Cat Scrappiness. I love them. I love that balsa wood. I love what you can do with it. And you'll see I do paint it. And I did take a picture of that. I don't know if you noticed it. I took a picture of my hearts before I removed them. Now I'm just playing with some different strips I might put underneath. There I'm showing you that I sewed. I turned off the camera and did a whole bunch of sewing. I sewed each heart, and I sewed around the matting, both mats, and I sewed around the entire edge of the background paper. And then I just was a little overzealous and thought, oh, while I have the machine out, I'm going to sew some hearts up in the right, and I forgot that I was planning on creating a little banner with the balsa wood, but it all worked out actually, and the hearts are okay, even though that's not what I was intending. I never do that either impulsively, just, oh, I'm going to throw this on here until I know for sure. I'm just not that kind of scrapper, and then I did that. So the one time I did it, I was like, oh, this is why I don't do that. So that's just some ordinary craft paint that I found in colors that I have from forever ago that I created a match, and that blue was a little too blue, so then I took a very dark blue-green, which is, I didn't have a light blue-green, so I took a very dark blue-green and added a whole bunch of white to it. That's one of the reasons why I just love craft paint, because you can change it very easily. You don't need the exact color. You can mix different colors, and you can be very just impromptu with it. So, and it's so cheap. I mean, so cheap, especially for scrapbooking. I mean, you hardly use any. So, I mean, regular price is cheap. If you get it on sale, then it's really worth it. So, I highly recommend having some in your stash for scrapbooking. Add a little water and you can do splatters with it, and it looks similar to ink, only it does have a different feel and look to it, but it gives the same idea. Okay, now I'm pulling up the edges of everything because it was all looking a little too neat for me. And now I'm going to add hearts up there because just the 2 hearts up there was looking funny. So now I'm trying to make it look good up there with the banner. And I'm going to cut out 2 of these little doll cutouts. Those are also from Cat Scrappiness. And now I'm going to work on my banner. And that twine, I just strung 2 pieces of twine across, because these balsa wood, even though they're light as a feather, they look bulky on the paper, so 1 strand of the baker's twine was just too thin. And there I created a bow around with the pink baker's twine. And so that little section of the banner's done. And then I stapled that down, the twine. Now I'm going to mess around a little bit. That little clip is from my stash. I'm going to end up using that clip on the turquoise green. There we go. That's where that's going to go, is on that part of the banner. And then I'm going to paint this little heart that I think I've taken it out of the package long ago. I think it's Jenny Boleyn. It's chipboard hearts. I cannot remember it's not Jenny Boleyn. I just cannot remember. I was trying to remember before I started the recording, and I cannot remember the company that makes those. But so I painted them that blue color, and then I painted white kind of sloppily over it because the blue was just too stark. And again, that craft paint, very versatile. Now I'm trying to decide what to do with the heart because I don't like it alone. And now I have some stickers. Those are for Amy Tangerine. And I'm going to go with not that flare badge, but although looking at it here, I kind of wish I had gone with that one. But the yellow one looks good too. Because there is yellow in some of the papers in the left bottom corner. And so I was good with that, having yellow at the top. And then I just did that little XOXO over the blue heart, which seems very appropriate since she's given me a big smoochie on my cheek. Okay, now those are Freckled Fawn, the little hearts. And I put 2 there, and then I realized that does not work with just 2. And then I found that heart, which was perfect. Those are all Amy Tangerine. And here I'm going to do my title. And I was going to cut out a whole strip, well, I do cut it out, of hearts. And my title is I Heart You More. And I was going to do a whole strip for the heart, the heart part, but then you'll see I end up cutting it out and only using one. And I'm going to use the eye from those stickers. And then U is going to be those Amy Tangerines to the right, the foam silver sparkle ones. I thought I showed what the background paper is, so. And then more, those are thickers that came in the June kit. And now I'm going to put some washi tape. That tag came from the kit as well. So that, the background paper with the circles is, oh, it's Lily Bee Design. Buttercup Flower Pot is the name of it. And that, I just had recently ordered that paper. The gray paper is a Studio Calico Point Blank, and the pink is also Studio Calico, but I don't have the name of the actual paper, but it is Studio Calico. And then all the others are from the Studio Calico June kit. And there we go. I have my title, and that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day.